Sorry.
Hi everybody, I'm Leah.
I'm Suzanna.
And we're just quickly putting this together for you because we know that so many of you have the most bookings you've ever had on your calendar right now. It's such an exciting time of year to be doing shows. But we want to make sure that these hostesses are really taken care of and you know the importance of hostess coaching so that you are helping your hostess, each and one of them, have 40% show sales, which of course is the perfect show of 10 orders and 2 bookings.
Absolutely.
So this is the time of year to really change your business. It can change your whole course for 2014, so your whole direction. So we're really excited to share this information with you. So I'm going to let Suzanna take it off with the steps to leading up to the show, and then of course we'll actually role play the hostess coaching for you.
Right. I mean, our business is based on relationships, and relationships equal retention. So these will be your repeat hostesses. But even more important, in the presence, these will be the ones that will go out and work for you, because remember, your hostesses are your best sales force, because they'll get those outside orders for you before and after the show. And it starts with you helping goal your hostess. Now, you've made these shows, which is great, but let's keep them. And one of the ways that we can keep them is, and by building this rapport, is simply with a little bit of a recipe. And just like a cake, when you leave one little thing out and it doesn't seem important at the time, what can happen to our cake? The whole thing can flop, unfortunately. So we don't want that to happen.
Happened before.
Yes, it has. And with cancellations and postponements, we want to keep them below industry average, and that would be about 10 to 5%. There is still sometimes postponements and cancellations, but let's keep them nice and low since you did all that work. So really what you want to start with, you've booked her, you've dated her one-on-one at the show. So if Leah was my hostess, we're off on our own, and we're going to find a date that works for her and her schedule, and that works for you, for me and mine. And for the hostess, we want to make it says within 6 weeks, but actually the best results for her will be making it within 3 weeks. She can enjoy the current specials and stay excited. Okay, so we're going to book her within the next 2 to 3 weeks, and then I'm going to book each hostess separately, but then we're going to gather them together and we're going to hostess coach. So we're going to show you that in a minute, but that's step 1. The very next day, I'm going to send her a quick thank you email from the business assistant. And there's 2 reasons for that. First of all, it'll remind her that she booked, but most importantly, she can get into the back office system and have her own little private back office and put in her guest list, her wish list, and plan that party. It's a tool for her to help her plan her party. The next thing we're going to do is the very same time, we want to leave her a quick text and a quick voicemail. You know, the phone is not dead. I hope for machines. If I made 4 or 5 bookings like I did last night, I kind of hope for machines. I can't connect with 4 or 5 hostesses today and have a long conversation. But on the phone, I might just say, hey, Leah, thanks so much for booking a party. Again, this is an answering machine. And I just wanted to thank you for me and your hostess were just absolutely thrilled. We were really helping her double up on her jewelry and spoil her. And I want to do the same the night of your party. So to max out that free jewelry and just to max out your fun, I'll remind you to get on that guest list today. You're going to get that email from me within the next 24. And you can very easily just access our system with the password that it will give you. So thank you so much once again. This is my phone number. You now have it on your phone. And feel free to text, call, or email at any point for some help. And that's about it. And I'll hang up. And I'll do that with each and every one of them. And
such an important call.
It is such an important call that they hear your voice. They'll actually get excited again. It'll bring up the emotions, and they'll be able to repeat that experience that they experienced the night before just from hearing your voice. So do that. If for some reason that she's absolutely text, then get your group text or get your text down and copied on your notes, and then you can send that out. And you can send it out as well, perhaps. Anyway, so contact the next day. And the very next thing you want to do is, if her party is indeed 3 weeks away, about 10 days before, you want to check in on her. You want to see how she's doing. And this is another great idea to give her a phone call. At the party when I met her, I will have warned her that in a funny way I will say, and I will be giving you a few calls. I'm not to bug you. I'm your coach and partner in this. And so would you mind if I called you just a couple times along the way so it doesn't sneak up on you? And she'll be all for that. Oh yeah.
So they're expecting your calls.
Yeah, when you're calling, it's all in fun and with encouragement. Now, if the 10 days before, she could be doing anywhere from just absolutely awesome to perhaps even a bit discouraged because she's been busy and she actually hasn't invited anybody yet. That's why this call is so important.
You really want to connect with them at this call. No message. Yeah.
Yeah, and so if they don't call, you want to ask on the message for her to call you back. That is important. And you can even disguise it with maybe some new specials that have come up, and it might even be true. And perhaps reminding and explaining about bringing the friend for an extra free job for free jewelry or whatever promotions that you do. So you want to connect with her there. It'll get her excited again. You can go over a guest list with her. and do some coaching. Talk to your recruiter. There's some streamlining that we can do so that we're all doing the same thing. The other thing we want to do is then coming up to the party. I'm sure you're getting excited to do her party. I get excited for my hostesses about the 3 or 4 day before phone call, and I would have told her that I will be calling her at this point again, just to remind her to now remind her guests. And the reason it's 4 days before for this remind your guest call and not one night before is then she has 2 or 3 days and she won't feel overwhelmed. And again, this is to help avoid any cancellations and bad feelings. And so she's going to be reminding her guests, and she'll update you what she's been doing. A lot of them are right on top of it. And they, oh yes, it's so great to work with someone that's just so on top of things. So compliment her at every stage. Then you can direct her on this call. You're still 4 or 3 days before that you just want to connect on the day of the party or the night before, and she can even send you a quick text, and she can phone you with approximately how many people that she's expecting, and perhaps if there's any directions or what have you. I do tell my hostesses at this point, or the 4 day before phone call somewhere in there, I say, hi, I arrive about 45 minutes ahead of time. I don't need anything, just a blank table space, and I do bring my own tablecloth. So we'll see you then.
No, and these calls, ladies, are so important.
They're so
It's going to
important.
give you a chance to really connect with your hostess along the way, build that relationship. She's actually going to feel really that she's been looked after, and you're going to feel confident that you're going to have helped her have her best show for that given day. So have fun out there, enjoy those shows, and be in touch with your hostess 3 to 4 times before her show. Really, it's only going to take maybe 10 minutes in total, but it is so worth it. And enjoy the paychecks and have a lot of fun. All right,
Absolutely.
thank you.